Hey guys, so this one's for the dads. So I'll start off by saying, get yourself one of these first. It is a video baby monitor, just for peace of mind, with your newborn during the first week when they're upstairs and you're downstairs or somewhere else in the house. This will give you peace of mind. So definitely get one of these. They're not very expensive. They range obviously from cheap to expensive, but this is just a cheap one, Motorola one from bought it from Argos, and I think it cost £50 or something. So they're not that expensive, and they're really worth it because you can keep an eye on your little one while you're doing other stuff. So yeah. So the first thing you do during your week as a brand new dad is make sure you take your paternity leave. If you're going to take it, don't take it later. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, well, you should take it later." Who aren't actually parents, they advise you to take it later, but you should not do that. You have 3 months to take it, but take it in the first 2 weeks because those first 2 weeks are important, and especially that first week with the new one, you want to be there for it, and you want to be there to help out. So take your paternity leave. I know here in the UK it doesn't pay very well, but it's actually worth it in the end to have those 2 weeks with your brand new baby. There's nothing better than seeing that baby for the first time, and if you miss those weeks, you will be, heartbroken for a very long time because you're going to miss a lot of stuff. So take those 2 weeks and enjoy them, every moment of them. As you're both new parents, and you're the dad, you still kind of do your thing, but she's the mum, and she's more committed to the baby than everything else, and I mean everything else. So she doesn't have time, to take a shower. She doesn't think about taking a shower or, something like that. So, take care of the baby when you can so she can have a shower. Or look after herself and, do her face. It's just something simple like that. So make sure you take care of the baby. Get the baby to feed and then look after it for like half an hour or an hour while she has a shower or looks after herself, and bond. It's a great father-baby bonding time while she's not there. Another important thing is to make sure you bathe the baby. Because you're the dad, the baby will have so much time to bond with the mom. But you really only have those 2 weeks to really connect with the baby, because you're going to come home, and when you come home and it's a newborn, they're going to be upset. So in the first week especially, bathe the baby and also bathe with the baby, so you can bond and you get that, as they say, that skin to skin contact, so you can build that relationship. So as you're only there for a couple of weeks, during the first week, do the nappies. Do all the nappies. The horrible ones, the not so horrible ones, the massive explosions that you wonder how on earth do they do it and where does it come from. Just make sure you do them all. It just saves the mum that time, and it lets you get used to it because, now for me, changing nappies is easy, no problem. No matter how bad, no matter what's happened, cleaning up the mess, no problem. So make sure you do that, because you're going to go back to work and then she's going to have to do it all. Be active during the night, because you're going to be tired as the dad. That is, and I'm sure a lot of mums throughout this video will say lack of sleep is a big deal. And you as a dad as well will have lack of sleep, but you don't have to feed the baby all the time. Mommy has to, especially if she's breastfeeding. There's no alternative unless you express, really. But during that first week, you're not thinking about that much. So make sure you are active during the night. You're the one grabbing the baby and giving it to mom, or helping out in other ways. If the nappy's gone at night, change it, cuddle the baby, help it get back to sleep. I know it's horrible and you want the sleep, but live with it and make sure you help her out. Another important thing is to be positive about everything, and I mean everything. If the house is a mess, ignore it. If the bin's turned upside down, ignore everything and be positive, because a lot of women develop like baby blues and stuff, where they could get postnatal depression. So you don't want to. Not all women get it, obviously, but you know, like my partner displayed it a tiny bit, and you have to be positive in this whole thing about everything that there is. You know, baby's crying, everything's fine, you know, I'll take care of it, he's good, you're being a great mom. You know, if she's having a problem with something, just keep encouraging her, saying, you know what, you're doing really well, and just make sure you do that and keep doing that, because the first week that you're there is crucial. And obviously if you manage to get another week off on top of that, keep going, because you're going back to work and she's going to be alone with the baby, and you want her to be happy when you leave to go back to work. If you can, a great thing to do is feed the baby. As the dad, it also encourages bonding. So express your partner, you know, get a little bottle, pop some milk in it, and just feed your newborn. You know, it's something that you're going to do later on, but during the first week it's important to do that. And also it gives you more time with the baby, because obviously if mother's just breastfeeding, then a lot of times the baby might be just suckling just for comfort, and so there might be a lot of that going on. So you want to be able to, you know, take the bottle, feed the baby, burp the baby, have the baby vomit on you. There's nothing better than that as a dad. You know, you'll learn having, you know, you get so used to it, and it's a great thing. You know, just go everywhere. Love it. Especially when it's projectile. Now, a lot of mums will say, sleep when baby sleeps. That's mums. Dads, don't sleep when baby sleeps. This is your only time, because mummy's probably sleeping as well. So this is going to be your only time to do what you want to do. You've got a couple of hours maybe if you're lucky. So, you know, if you like video games, go play your video games. If you like just reading a book, read your book. If you want to go out for a bike ride, do that. Do whatever it is you can do in that time when they're sleeping. You might be tired, but you get used to it. So make sure that you're doing what you want to do during that time, because if you sleep, you'll probably get a bit agitated later on, and mum and baby don't need that, even if you've had sleep, because you're not doing, you know, what you want to do. And you know, trying to say this without getting into trouble, but yeah, make sure you also take care of yourself, as selfish as that may sound. You're going to look after mum and baby, but no one's going to look after you. You know, you might be used to mum cooking, you might be used to your partner cooking for you. That ain't gonna happen. So during this time when they're asleep, just make sure that you are awake and doing whatever it is that you want to do. Now, here's something that obviously when she was pregnant, she had cravings, probably for the weirdest things, but they do have cravings. So like mine had a sushi craving, and they can't eat sushi, or you know, something else, whatever it is. If you can, bring that craving to the hospital after they've given birth. If you can't, just do it when they get home. You know, give them something that they couldn't have before. Obviously, if it affects the breastfeeding, then don't do it. But like stuff like sushi and stuff like that is fine. Oysters, maybe, I think they're okay too. So if they're craving any of that, just go out and buy it for them, because you know, you've been able to eat it all this time, but they haven't. So give them that satisfaction, and you look like the good guy in the end. 2 thumbs up for you. So as a final point, you've got this time off. Make sure you make the most of it and enjoy it, because you know, obviously throughout the time you have with the little one, you're bonding, you're getting that father son stroke daughter time. And honestly, as a dad, there's nothing better. Nothing else will bring you more joy than bonding with your baby. You know, if you don't make the most of it while you're off work, you will regret it, because you'll be sitting at work looking at the clock going down, and you're like, I want to go home, I want to see my little one. Because there is nothing better than in life, as I found, than being a dad, and nothing will give you the satisfaction and joy than seeing the little one grow up and seeing him through his stages. And that first week and second is crucial during this development. It'll be the most time you have to bond with your baby. Everything else will just fly away. Time flies, and they grow up so fast, and they really, really do. So make the most of your time. So hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. So if you did like that video, hit that like button, subscribe as well, and make sure you follow us on Twitter. We'll see you soon with another video. So bye!